Hey all, we're working on R14 Tennant shampooer today. What the customer complained about was that there was no water being put out by the pump in any one of the modes. So it wasn't in ready room, wasn't putting it out here, and then I checked back here and there's no water coming out here. And so that would indicate that there's no pressure anywhere, meaning probably the pump is not working. If you would have been able to get water either out of here, the ready room, or the back, then you know the pump's running. I mean, maybe you have a problem with the solenoid. But for me, it was, pulled this off, and this is the fuse for the pump motor, 7.5 amps. Here's the part. That was blown. And so that indicates that the pump was pulling too many amps. It wasn't operating. So either the pump motor shorted or it was clogged up and seized and was pulling too many amps on startup. So what I did is I disconnected this, and you can test that for continuity and then continuity to ground, and the pump motor ohmed out good at like 0.7 ohms for resistance on the windings and nothing to ground. So the pump's motor is good, but what I found was that it was clogged up and couldn't spin the impeller even though the motor was trying, and that over pulled the amps and blew that fuse. So what I did was I took a 12 volt battery and introduced 12 volts. It's a 24 volt, but it'll spin on 12. I introduced 12 volts on these two terminals and let that motor pull as many amps as it wanted, and it chuggity started running, and then it ran smooth. So there was either a little pebble in there or it corroded up between uses or something. But introduce 12 volts and let it pull a bunch of amps from your battery, and that'll basically like jump start it, clean it up, get it moving real smooth. And then you can plug it back in, put your fuse back in, and then check and see if you have water here, water at your ready space area, or spraying out in front. So I hope that helps you out, helps you give a little troubleshooting for this Tennant machine.